The Eagles are one of the most successful bands in American rock history. They formed in Los Angeles in the early 1970s. Their sound blended rock with country, creating a style that really defined an era. The band's members, including Don Henley and the late Glenn Frey, were skilled songwriters and musicians. They created a string of hits that are still played on the radio today, songs that have become part of the very fabric of popular culture. Their music often explored themes of the American dream, its promises and its dark side, resonating with a generation of listeners who were navigating a changing world. Their most famous song is undoubtedly Hotel California. Released in 1976, it became an instant global phenomenon. The song is known for its haunting lyrics and its iconic twin guitar solo. It tells a mysterious story about a traveler who checks into a strange hotel. From the very first line, "On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair," the song paints a vivid picture that has captivated listeners for decades. The track's enduring popularity has made it one of the most recognizable songs in the history of rock music, a true anthem that transcends generations. The meaning of Hotel California has been debated for years. The band has explained that it is not about a real hotel. Instead, it is an allegory about the dark side of the American dream. The song uses the idea of a luxury hotel as a metaphor for the excesses and hedonism of the music industry in Southern California during the 1970s. It critiques a lifestyle of materialism and self-destruction, where you can check out anytime you like but you can never leave. This deeper meaning is crucial to understanding the song's cultural significance and its importance to the band. Because of its powerful story and iconic status, the Eagles have always been very protective of Hotel California. It's more than just a song, it's a core part of their brand and their artistic legacy. The name itself evokes a specific mood and a set of ideas that are uniquely tied to the band. They have worked hard to ensure that the song and its title are not used in ways that could mislead fans or dilute its intended meaning. This careful management of their intellectual property is a key reason why the song has remained so powerful and so closely associated with the Eagles alone. Far away from the glitz of Hollywood in the small town of Todos Santos in Baja California, Mexico, there was a hotel. This hotel opened in 1950 and was originally named Hotel California. It operated under this name for many years before changing hands and names several times. For a while, the connection to the famous song was not a major part of its identity. It was simply a local business, a place for travelers to stay while visiting the scenic peninsula. The hotel had its own quiet history, completely separate from the world of rock and roll. In 2001, new owners, a Canadian couple named John and Debbie Stewart, bought the hotel. They decided to revive the original name, Hotel California. They began to actively associate their establishment with the Eagles song. They sold merchandise like t-shirts and posters that referenced the band and their famous track. They also played the song Hotel California and other Eagles music throughout the hotel's lobby and public spaces. This created an atmosphere that strongly suggested a direct connection between the hotel and the band, even though no such connection existed. This marketing strategy was very effective. Tourists, many of whom were fans of the Eagles, started to visit the hotel. They believed they were visiting the real Hotel California, the one that supposedly inspired the legendary song. The hotel's owners did little to correct this misunderstanding. In fact, they seemed to encourage it. The hotel's gift shop sold items that led guests to believe they were at the place from the song, making it a popular destination for rock music pilgrims seeking a piece of history, even if that history was fabricated for commercial purposes. The problem was that the Eagles had never authorized this. The hotel was using the band's famous trademark without permission. By calling itself Hotel California and selling merchandise related to the song, the hotel was capitalizing on the band's fame. It was creating a false association in the minds of consumers. People were led to believe that the hotel was officially endorsed by the Eagles, or was the actual inspiration for the song, which was not true. This created a situation that the band could not ignore, as it directly involved their most famous work. The Eagles eventually learned about the hotel in Todos Santos. They were not pleased with what they discovered. The band felt that the hotel was deliberately misleading the public. By using the Hotel California name and imagery, the owners were profiting from the band's hard-earned reputation. The Eagles believed this was a clear case of trademark infringement. The band has a registered trademark for the name Hotel California, covering merchandise and other services, and they felt the hotel was violating their exclusive rights to use that name for commercial gain. In May 2017, the Eagles decided to take legal action. They filed a lawsuit against the Hotel California in Todos Santos. The lawsuit was filed in a United States federal court in California. In their complaint, the band accused the hotel's owners of actively trying to make guests believe their establishment was connected to the Eagles. They pointed to the sale of merchandise and the continuous playing of their music as evidence of this intentional deception. The band sought to stop the hotel from using the name and to receive damages for the unauthorized use of their trademark. The core of the Eagles' argument was the protection of their brand. A band's name and song titles are valuable assets. When another business uses them without permission, it can cause confusion among fans. It can also damage the band's reputation if the business is not up to their standards. The Eagles were concerned that fans would associate their most iconic song with this specific hotel, potentially altering the public's perception of the song's meaning. They wanted to maintain control over their artistic legacy and how it was presented to the world. The lawsuit detailed how the hotel's actions could harm the band. For example, if guests had a bad experience at the hotel, they might associate that negative feeling with the Eagles. Furthermore, the hotel was profiting from a connection that simply did not exist. The Eagles argued that this was not only unfair but also illegal under trademark law. They wanted to send a clear message that they would not allow others to exploit their name and legacy for financial gain without their consent, setting a legal precedent for others. The legal battle did not last long. In January 2018, both parties reached an agreement and decided to end the lawsuit. The Eagles and the hotel jointly filed to have the case dismissed. The specific terms of the settlement were not made public, as is common in such legal disputes. However, the outcome was clear. The hotel owners had previously tried to formally trademark the name Hotel California in the United States, but as part of the settlement, they permanently abandoned that application. This was a significant victory for the band's legal position. Following the settlement, the hotel could continue to operate under its name, but it had to stop any activities that suggested a connection to the Eagles. This meant no more selling merchandise that referenced the band, or implied that the hotel was the one from the song. The goal was to eliminate the consumer confusion that had prompted the lawsuit in the first place. The resolution allowed the band to protect their trademark while letting the hotel continue its business, albeit with much stricter rules about its marketing and branding strategies moving forward. This case is important for the Eagles because it shows how seriously they take their artistic legacy. Hotel California is more than a song to them, it is a piece of cultural history that they created. By taking legal action, they reaffirmed their control over their work and its public interpretation. The lawsuit ensured that the song's metaphorical meaning would not be overshadowed by a false connection to a physical place. It was a clear declaration that the band's intellectual property is not to be used by others for commercial exploitation without their explicit permission. The story of the Eagles versus the Hotel California serves as a crucial lesson for all musicians and artists. It highlights the importance of protecting trademarks and copyrights. In an age where brands and names can be easily co-opted online and elsewhere, this case is a reminder that artists have legal tools to defend their work. It shows that standing up to infringement is essential for maintaining artistic integrity and ensuring that fans are not misled. For fans, it clarifies the true story behind the song, preserving its mystique as a timeless allegory of the American dream.